If Gordon Freeman is your style, you may want to watch this video for a while. From a dungeon crawl to a sci-fi thing, a crowbar, something you can really swing. And we'll just cut right into the video because I'm doing this on my phone in a newly renovated kitchen. Everything is nice and clean, and we have to watch out for the chandelier here. But I want to talk today about crowbars. I haven't done a video for a while because everything has been total chaos for the last few months. But improvised weapons are always an important thing. And I think one of the best ones, tool to weapon, is a crowbar. And, when you're playing a lot of tabletop role-playing games and your character does have a crowbar, could it be used as a weapon even more than in a pinch? And we all know Half-Life and Half-Life 2 and all those. Love it. Love it. Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite video games of all time. I don't play a lot of video games anymore, but all hail the crowbar. Smash those head crabs with your crowbar. But let's talk about how you would actually use this, because yes, it is a tool, and probably a name that comes about in the 15th century or so. Anyway, it's called crowbar because maybe it looks like a crow. This is the theory. Do we have substantive proof? I don't know. But there's the head, there's the beak, there's the tail. Crowbar. Okay. Now, modern version, nail puller, but you've got a good hook here. You can do stuff with it. You've got a chisel point. You could sharpen this. So yeah, sure, you're dungeon crawling and you're breaking into a tomb, or you're fighting off weird crabby aliens and you're smashing them. But how should you actually use this? Well, two hands are probably better because your balance point is closer to the beak, so to speak. But even in one-handed, Gordon Freeman style, I would recommend that you don't hit like that, because you have a chance of bashing and kind of skimming the surface. If you want blunt trauma, use the back of the crowbar. Don't use it sideways. More surface area. You're dividing up that energy that you're putting into the target over a large area. You want to concentrate it to really damage that head crab, for example. So, yeah, there we go. Smash, like that. Two hands, you can really get into it. Because it's got the hook and you sharpen these up, you can claw, you can kind of grab, you could disarm, you could hook and pull. A lot of good options with this end. So yeah, you could dig into something if you hit it just right. But if you're just bludgeoning, use the back end. Well, and if you're using it two hands, and this is chiseled, yes, you can do thrusts. You could set aside and thrust into something. You could try and puncture. Definitely, you're going to create trauma to whatever fleshy bit of the opponent you hit. So maybe under the arm, this is a good target, right? That's going to hurt. It's going to numb a whole bunch of nerve endings. It's going to make that arm a bit useless for a while. So crowbar, not just a dungeoneering tool, not just for fighting aliens, but it could be a very useful weapon in a pinch. We would have put it as the equivalent of a mace, let's say. In tabletop terms, for your role-playing games, I would probably say 1d4 plus 1 damage. I mean, it's not exactly the same as a mace with the flange and the design, or however the weight is, but it is fairly hefty. It is going to concuss. You could even say it does 1d6 if you know what you're doing, and maybe 1d4 with a stab, kind of like a dagger, and you can do special moves with it. Downside, if you're strong enough to use it one hand, maybe it's got the same reach as a mace or a warhammer, sure. But generally, if you're using it with two hands, you don't have a lot of reach. So it's not that good as a weapon compared to something designed to be a weapon. But it's still pretty useful, and you could be a character trained in crowbar, and you could use it just fine. And a lot of different techniques, from stick fighting, axe use, even a little bit of staff training could be applied to how you fight with a crowbar and use it, okay? So it's really good. So in your games, if you have a crowbar as part of your character's toolkit, it does make a really good weapon in a pinch. Anyway, friends, I want you to know that I will try and make more videos, get back to more content. But for now, I would like you to take care, stay safe, and keep on crowing.